What's up, comrades? Nelf here, and welcome to a brand new video, another new video. Hey, how are we doing? It's been a while. But today, I kind of wanted to go over one of the comic books Cut! That was a terrible intro. I wanted to cover one of the new mangas that I started reading, basically considering the Shonen Jump video did really well, and some of you guys were making recommendations on what I should read and whatnot. And a lot of you guys talked about doing like a lot of the newer books that are starting up that I've only just started, and you guys wanted me to do reviews, or at the very least first impressions on those. I'm going to be getting to those, but I thought that for a nice little starting point, we would cover My Hero Academia Vigilantes first, because I did read the first chapter, and considering I do like My Hero Academia, I do have a Season 1 review that is in the works, but I kind of wanted to cover Vigilantes, because probably there might be some people who only know of My Hero Academia, they've never heard of Vigilantes. I wanted to cover it because it's a completely different story, because that's kind of one of the interesting things about My Hero Academia. All the heroes that we see in that story are sanctioned by the government. They're the most popular, or how do you put this? They're like registered heroes, kind of like back in the Marvel days during the Civil War storyline where they decided to register superheroes or people with powers. That's kind of what the government has done in the My Hero Academia world. But Vigilantes, however, is a story about those heroes who don't follow that mold, or ones that have yet to, well, not have yet, but they chose to not sign up with the government, and they do it on their own. Most like a vigilante, because it's two sides of the same coin. There's always the heroes that are the public face. I cannot talk today. I am so sorry. But yeah, there are the heroes that are the public faces of the world, you know, like your Supermans, or, you know, your Iron Mans, your Captain Americas. And then there's, of course, there's the other side of the coin, where there are people who are in a more morally gray location. They're not bad guys, but they're not good guys, or at least they're not purely good, or they're skirting by when it comes to rules and regulations. With Vigilantes, it's starting to cover that. I haven't read too far ahead. I've only read the first chapter, but just from the first chapter, we could see that there are a lot of very strict rules on how people can use their quirks in the My Hero Academia world. We have the main character of Kamuchi Himawari, who uses his quirk very early on in the first book. He's one of our main characters, and he gets stopped by a police officer, because you're not allowed to use your quirk outside in public, because it could be a danger to people, apparently. It's really very interesting to see that happening. And of course, Koichi is an admirer of All Might. He's an admirer of superheroes, but clearly his quirk is not the best quirk. As a matter of fact, it is a mobility quirk. He's a slippery slide character. Basically, he's kind of like a frog almost in some cases, the way that he's on the ground and whatnot. He's only able to slide, and he does not look very heroic doing so. It's pretty kind of embarrassing. And a lot of people mention that it looks kind of gross, and I thought that was kind of funny. So when it comes to quirks, this kid got the short end of the stick. He wants to be a hero, or at least you get the impression that he wants to help, but is kind of in a bad place, doesn't really have the skills and the power that others do. And then, of course, we are also introduced to other characters or other people with quirks who also are disobeying the law, or who are vigilantes. There's the freelance idol, you know, self-styled pop idol, Pop Step. She's kind of funny. They introduced her pretty early on. The one thing that was interesting was with Koichi working basically at a convenience store. He has a, you know, typical dead-end job like most of us. But early in the book, he did piss off some thugs. And then when they see him at the convenience store, they beat the ever-loving crap out of him. And it was it's unfortunate, you know, and these are people with actual power, people who are really, really strong in comparison to him, but they're acting like thugs. They're acting like the bad guys. Though his life sucks most of the time, he does decide to do some good in the world. He may not be a sanctioned hero, he may not have the best quirk or the best power, but he dons an All Might hoodie and he goes out and he helps people with daily tasks, which makes him the nice guy. I like that his name is Nice Guy. That's a nice little cute name for him. That's all he's doing. He's just doing general things that would help the population. You know, taking out their trash, taking their recycling, helping them with directions, just the common basic courtesies that anybody could do, but he does so with a mask and whatnot, and I think that that's kind of cute. Of course, eventually he runs into some trouble along with Popstep, because they get harassed by the same thugs who beat him up, and it looks like all is gonna go to shit until a hero emerges and literally lands in a pile of trash. Not really your best entrance, bro, but this would be the janitor of the fist, Knuckle Duster. And basically, you're introduced to the first vigilante of the book, which is dude's a badass. Basically, he looks like All Might, but if All Might was, you know, cheap and didn't have enough money to buy a good costume. It's actually really quite funny to see him, and he beats the ever-loving crap out of all the bad guys in the area. He even has Koichi help him do so. It was really funny to see. I really enjoyed that. And Koichi, and Knuckle Duster basically tells him, it's like, you're gonna be my assistant. We're gonna fight crime together. And Koichi's like, no. I'm out. No thanks. You're crazy. I don't want to do that. And I like it. But also, this also is leading up to the potential for more storytelling, because Knuckle Duster is looking for people using a specific type of drug. We don't really know very much about it, and I'm not really going to spoil what happens at the very end of the first chapter, but it's leading up to a mystery. It's leading up to an actual problem, one that maybe the local heroes just, you know, can't handle, or that they might be unaware of. You know, All Might's busy buzzing around the city saving people and whatnot. It doesn't mean that he knows all the goings-on, or that he's able to stop every petty crime. So, and that's kind of what the story is focused on, is like, these major heroes that are sanctioned by the government can't take care of every little thing. They can't stop every petty crime. And that's why vigilantes exist. Good reason for their existence, and I really enjoyed the first chapter of My Hero Academia Vigilantes. So, it's a good book. I would recommend it highly. If you like My Hero Academia, very similar. It's not written by the same person or done by the same people. The story is by a Hideyuki Furuhashi, I believe is how you pronounce the name, and the art is by Betancourt. I don't know who Betancourt is. I'm kind of questioning whether or not that's someone who's actually Japanese, or if it's somebody else. I don't know. But like I said, I really enjoyed the story. I want to read more, and I'm going to. It comes with a high recommendation from me. Basically, go check it out. If you have the weekly Shonen Jump app, or if you're subscribed to them on your computer, or whatever the case may be, go check out My Hero Academia Vigilantes. I think it's worth the read. And with that said, of course, I want to basically say that after this video is released, I'm going to do a poll where I'm going to put up the 3 other books that people recommended to me, and we're going to vote, and you guys are going to vote on which one will come out next. I'm going to record all 3 of those videos eventually, but you guys on Twitter, which if you're not following me on Twitter, go over to Twitter, follow me there. It's Nightwolf Game. It's in the description. Go check it out. I rant and talk about all sorts of weird stuff and whatnot, but once the poll is up, I'm going to let you guys vote on which book will be reviewed first. I'm trying to remember what the 3 books are. Hold on a second. The options are Chainsaw Man, Chapter 1, Hell Warden, Haiguma, and Jujutsu Kaisen. Those are the 3 that we're going to be reading first. Oh, and Neolation. I almost forgot about that. Neolation is also. I've read most of these already. The only one I haven't read is Jujutsu Kaisen, and I'm going to get to that probably this week. Once I finish editing and rendering this video and it's published, I'll set the poll up, and you guys will decide which ones we check out first. Okay? Okay? Cool. So with that all said and out of the way, please, as always, do not forget to do not forget to leave me a like, shoot me a comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel. I greatly appreciate all the help, and I apologize for not being able to speak. Like I said, go to my Twitter, go check out the other links down in the description for all the other places where you can potentially find me. And of course, as always, do not forget to raise your nerd flags high, and I will see you next time. Nightwolf is out. My God, how bad was that recording? My God, I did this all in one take. That was... why couldn't I talk?